Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm breaking down the Fraser Valley real estate numbers for May of 2026 that just was released by the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. Whether you're buying, selling, or just keeping a tab on the market, this update covers everything. But before we do so, if you haven't done so already and you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. And if you want to know what your options are in the current market and where the real good deals are, there's a link in my description below to book a one-on-one call with me straight into my calendar. So let's get into what happened in May of 2026. In May, there were 1,124 sales recorded on the MLS. That's up just 0.5% from April, but still 5% below where we were this time last year. New listings came in at 3,300, down nearly 18% year over year. Basically, sellers are now tired and are pulling back. And I totally understand it. I personally feel that there is approximately 30% of listings out there. They are either wrongly priced or they are tenanted properties or they are in a state where it does not justify the listing price. And that's just my personal opinion. And most of the sellers now are deciding to wait for a stronger conditions to come back before putting their home back on the market. But here's the good news for buyers. Active inventory sits at over 10,100 listings. That's well above historic norms, and it means buyers have a huge amount of choice right now. I feel this number is a little skewed, like I just mentioned. There's, in my opinion, around 30% of listings are just not worth the money or the condition they are in. So this number should be around 7,000. The sales to active ratio is sitting at 11%, which officially keeps us in the buyer's market territory. A balanced market needs between 12 to 20%. So we are not yet there. Pretty close though. The composite benchmark pricing dipped to 893,000, down 0.7% from April, snapping 2 months of small gains. Sales are down 5.6%, and new listings are down 11.3%. The market is quieter than last year across the board. We need to remember that last year, at this time, the market started heating up. We did not have a spring market last year, and this year's also spring market has been pretty soft comparatively. But we had a stronger summer market, and now we are entering into summer, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in June of 2026. I'll leave you with a quote from Mr. Baldev Gill, CEO of the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. Buyers who are financially prepared are finding some of the most favorable market conditions we have seen for a long time. And that technically sums it up. Now let's break everything down by property type because each segment is telling a different story, starting with the detached homes. The benchmark sits at $1,366,000, down 6% from April and down nearly 8% compared to May of last year. 413 detached homes sold in May, up 2% year over year. Detached is actually the strongest performing category right now in terms of sales momentum, average days to sell, and this has been 3 months in a row. Average days to sell is around 35 days. Let's move into town. Benchmark pricing is $769,500, down 0.3% from April and down 7.6% year over year. 308 townhomes were sold in May, essentially flat compared to last year. Average days to sell is 37 days. And finally, condos and apartments. This is where we see the most softness in the market. Benchmark is $483,800, down 1.5% from April and down 8% year over year. That's the steepest annual price drop for any category. Only 263 condos sold. That's down nearly 23 year over year. First time buyers who are traditionally condo buyers are largely sitting on the sideline right now. And average days on market for condos is 40 days. Now let's look at each suburb, starting with the eastern end of the Fraser Valley, Abbotsford. Abbotsford continues to be one of the most affordable markets in the region. Detached benchmark pricing is at $1,175,000, down 5.1% year over year. Townhouses at 620,800, down 7%. And apartments at 308, down sharp 10, and that's down 10.2% year over year. 60 detached homes sold. Townhouse activity was actually up 30% from April, and that segment shows some buyer momentum in the mid market area. Let's move to Mission. Mission has the most affordable detached homes in the Fraser Valley, benchmark at 940,900, down 6.5% year over year. Townhouses are at 649,400, down just 2.9%, and Mission townhomes are holding relatively well. Apartments at 427,400, and we had 37 detached homes sell in Mission for the month of May. Let's talk about White Rock and South Surrey. This is one of the premium markets in the Fraser Valley. Detached home benchmark is at $1,727,000, down 8% year over year. Townhouses at 863,100, down 9.9%, and apartments at 5,800. But here's the bright spot. Detached sales were up 15.4% year over year, and townhouses were up 13%. And so, even in a slower overall market, South Surrey is seeing engaged buyers, likely attracted by those significant price drops from last year. Continuing across the Fraser Valley, Langley has one of the strongest months on the detached side. Benchmark was at 1,525,700, down 6.8% year over year. Townhouses at 817,100, down 5.5% year over year. Apartments were at 549,100. Total of 90 detached homes sold in Langley, up 21.6% year over year. That is a real signal. Buyers are finding value in Langley relative to South Surrey and Metro Vancouver. And Langley has one of the best long-term price appreciation stories in the Fraser Valley. Townhomes are up 100% over a 10-year period. North Delta is a smaller but notable market. Detached benchmark is 1,255,900, down 6.1% year over year. Townhouses at 852,600, down 11.9%. And apartments at 502,300, down 11.1%. Detached sales were up 33% year over year with 32 sales. Townhomes and condo volumes are thin though. So read through that percentage swing with caution. And Surrey Central is a major hub for all types of properties. Detached benchmark was at 1,356,500, down 9.9% year over year. Townhouses at 758,600, down 8%. Apartments at 408,100. These are all the benchmark pricing for those areas. Detached sales were up 11.7% year over year, and townhouse sales were also up 9.2%. Surrey Central is actively attracting buyers at this particular point in time because of the price drop and the affordability. Let's finish up the sub areas breakdown with the remaining Surrey areas. Cloverdale is one of the most stable pockets in the Fraser Valley. Detached benchmark pricing was at 1,378,100, down 8.3% year over year. Townhomes at 766,200, down 9.2%, and apartments were at 539,000. Detached sales were up 12.5% year over year. Cloverdale has historically shown strong long-term value, so it tends to attract serious buyers even in a softer market. North Surrey is seeing the most price pressure of any suburban area. Detached benchmark was at 1,270,000, down 12 points, down 12.7% year over year. That's one of the sharpest drops in the region. Townhouses at 708,800, down 5.9%, and apartments at 416,400, down 11.6%. Detached sales were down 30% year over year. North Surrey has a large condo inventory, over 700 active listings, and this includes the Wally corridor. So the absorption remains very slow. And looking at Surrey as a whole, combined benchmark pricing tells the story clearly. Detached at 1.4 million, townhouses at 78,000, and that region is meaningfully sitting below last year's numbers. Now, here's a visual that puts all in perspective. Looking at detached benchmark pricing by area, White Rock and South Surrey is the clear leader at 1,727,000, all the way down to Mission at 940,000, which remains the most affordable detached home market in the Fraser Valley. On the apartment side, prices range from 389,000 in Abbotsford up to 566,000 in White Rock and South Surrey. And townhomes, a very tight cluster across the region ranging from 620,000 in Abbotsford to 863,000 in White Rock and South Surrey. And these we're talking about is all benchmark pricing. Of course, individual complexes, individual areas, the pricings, and based on square feet, the pricing. And there are a lot of options at multiple price points. And that's the Fraser Valley advantage. Now let's look at what is a year-over-year price change. Now this chart tells the full story of where prices are sitting compared to a year ago. And the message is consistent across the board. Every single area, every single property type is down year over year. Detached homes have fallen anywhere from 5% in Abbotsford to nearly 13% in North Surrey. Townhouses range from about 3% down in Mission to nearly 12% down in North Delta. And apartments are down between 5 to 11% depending on where you're looking at. The overall Fraser Valley board numbers are detached homes down 7.9%, townhomes down 7.6%, and apartments have been hit the hardest, down 8.8% year over year. If you bought a year or two ago, prices are softer. But the buyers entering the market today, this is a different landscape than 2 to 3 years ago. The affordability math has changed immensely. Let me bring all of this together with 6 key takeaways from the May 2026. Number one, we are firmly in buyer's market territory with 11% sales to active ratio and over 10,000 listings. Buyers have the leverage right now. Number two, prices are down across all categories: detached, townhomes, apartments, all sitting 7 to 9% below where they were a year ago. And benchmark is 8. Number three, mover buyers are active. Detached sales are actually up year over year. Lower prices are making bigger homes more attainable for owners with existing equity. Number four, sellers are holding back. New listings down 17.6% year over year. Many are waiting for better conditions. That's keeping inventory from climbing up higher. Number five, first time buyers are largely absent. Condo sales fell nearly 23% year over year. Economic uncertainty and job security concerns are keeping entry level buyers cautious. Number six, Langley and South Surrey are showing real momentum. Langley detached sales are up 21%. South Surrey is up over 15%. Buyers are recognizing value after significant price corrections. And that is your Fraser Valley real estate market update for May 2026. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe for monthly market updates, and drop your questions in the comment below. But if you want to have a one-on-one chat, there's a link in my description below to book a call with me. Whether you're in Abbotsford, Langley, Surrey, Mission, South Surrey, I'm here to help you navigate this market. Hit the bell icon so you never miss any update. And I'll see you next month with another market update. Thank you for watching.